Okay, so here's my bowl. It's full of the ingredients. It's at the line. As you can see, it's filled up. Sometimes I will fill it up a little bit more than that, but that's if I'm using a canned chicken. But since we are using actual chicken today, that's what I'm sort of imagining that's filling up the rest of the bowl. So the next thing that you need to do is make your onion relish. Here's the onion that we set aside. I chopped it up and put it in the food processor thingy. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to grind it up. Oh, is it not plugged in? Pause. So after minor technical difficulties, we determined it wasn't plugged in. So now it's plugged in and we're ready. So you just pulse it. And you want to stop and let it rest every once in a while. But what you want is these top pieces. You want to get them till they're underneath. Don't hold it because you will just pulverize everything and it'll make a paste and you don't want that. And almost all the pieces at this point are basically chopped up. There's like one little bit in there that isn't, and I don't really care. So I'm just going to let it be like that, or you can just pull it out if it bothers you. But there you go. So you got your onion relish. And I'll show you the sort of like consistency of it. There you go. So then we're going to get this into a bowl to spice it up. Okay, so we've got our onion relish in a bowl. Ooh. And now it's time to add spices. This part is really, really just winging it. The thing is I can't tell you measurements. I don't know. I've never measured and made approximate guesses. I just get kind of like this small spoon and just sort of put as much as I feel like in there. It's not bad to go over the top with this a little bit because the thing is that we are going to be frying these, and no matter what, they're going to taste good. So it doesn't really matter. Here we go. Add some Relish seasoning salt, maybe just a bit. Oh yeah. And then we'll go with Nature Seasons. I like to do both. And it seems like a lot. I promise you, it'll be perfect. And it'll look amazing. It's okay to be a little excessive if you're making curry of all things. If you make something healthy, you wouldn't do this. Get your garam masala. Ooh, look at that. So what I've added so far is curry powder, Lawry seasoning salt, Morton Nature Seasons, some MSG, and now I'm adding some garam masala. Garam masala will give it more of a, almost like, I don't know how to describe this. It's like a chili-like flavor. It's very chili strong, but I don't know, it's good. Now, cinnamon life. Cinnamon sugar. Ooh, adding some cinnamon sugar there. Pumpkin pie spice. This is a new addition. I guess I was inspired by fall. Ground cinnamon. Sometimes I add more ground cinnamon depending on the situation. Now, you get some black pepper in there. You get some paprika in there. Oh yeah. Gives it color too. Makes it look pretty. You've got your fruit and vegetable sauce. And I'm generous with this. Sometimes I add way more than that because I add it to the pot sometimes, like liberally. And the ketchup is the same way. So, you got the curry ketchup. And you're gonna, put it in there. Now, you're asking, how did I decide on all these various flavors? And the reason is because I took my block, and I opened it up, and I sniffed it. Sniff it. Really sniff your block so that you can understand what the flavor profile is. So, you smell it, and you sort of decide what's in this, and what will go good with this. If you like sweet things, add sweet things. If you like savory things, add savory. You know, whatever. Just balance it the way that you want to balance it. And then the final little thing I add is honey. Sometimes I add more honey if I feel like I'm making a sweet curry, but otherwise, there you go. And that is your mess. And you stir it all up. Stir it all together. And this is a delicious mix. I call it the relish. See, you got some onion pieces that are a little too big, but it doesn't really matter. It'll all taste good in the end. And sometimes I add more, sometimes I add less. It just depends on how I feel. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a good foundation. This is a really good flavor foundation, and this will be the thing, basically, that gives you the most flavor when you add the water. So, like, I almost describe it kind of like a weird broth, because you need to have some kind of salty sort of water to boil your vegetables in. If you don't have a flavorful water, your curry is gonna be boring. Don't make boring curry. Make delicious curry. Now we're talking about the chicken. So I don't usually add the sweet things to the chicken. You can if you really want to, but I've never done it. It seems kind of weird to me. But I go similar to the things I've added to the onions, basically. Add some curry powder. I'm not as liberal with this one as I am with the onions. The onions I'm really liberal with because I'm making like a paste. Add some salt, some curry. This is seasoning salt. I think seasoning salt and chicken taste great together. I add a little bit of the nature's seasons too. I stick with savory flavors. I said this once already, I'm going to say it again. I just stick with savory flavors because I feel like on the meat, if you add sweet, maybe it'll be good, but I don't really have any baseline for that. I don't add any of the sauces or anything like that. So I might add cinnamon, but I try to stay in the... Oh, apples. That's my cat.
What was that you just added in?
Oh, paprika. Sorry, my cat just like apples. Anyway.
What's the matter?
And then I'm gonna add some MSG to it. And basically, like, think about making, like, you're gonna make this and, like, I don't know, bake it or something. It's delicious. So, what kind of chicken would you like to eat? Put that kind of chicken in your curry. That was MSG and black pepper. And then I take that spoon that I've been using to scoop the stuff and I just, you know, stir it up. Toss it together. And it's more like a dry rub. Sometimes I will add the fruit and vegetable sauce to it just because that's just, I don't know, what's hella. So I'm just gonna go wild. And like I said, if this seems excessive, I don't know, everybody loves it. So you can make this, or you don't have to. If you think this is probably pretty gross, you don't have to make it. But you should make it, and you should try it. Because I have been doing this for 9 years, and it has come to this point. Here we go. And that's your chicken. And what you'll do is you'll put the garlic in the bowl, or the pot. We're going to the pot next. You're gonna put the oil and the garlic in. Once the oil's hot, you're gonna add the onions, and you're gonna do the onions for about 5 minutes or a little less, and then you're gonna chuck the chicken in, and you're gonna do the chicken. You're gonna fry it all up. So, see you there.